You've waited 4 years for the next 3 months. In today's video, we are going to just very quickly speak about how on earth we are looking right now in terms of where we are for altcoin season. My friends, you have literally probably just a very short couple weeks left before the absolute massive banana zone comes into play. And if you want to know more, well then you best be getting subscribed to the Crypto Bliss community, because there is a tsunami that is about to send this next catalyst for the next crypto pump coming soon. And of course, we have the likes of all of the news from Sailor. I mean, guys, go and check out those videos. I'm not going to go through that right now. I just want to get right into the juicy of today's content, starting off with none other than the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, currently sitting at 64 after yesterday's 49, meaning that there is some energy that is starting to come back into the crypto space. Now, however, and this is a big however, we have the altcoins worldwide search for the last 5 years. We are literally at one of the worst times in all of history, okay? Currently, we're at 4. Usually when it's at the top, it is at 100, right? And so when we're down here at the 4 to 5, we literally go from 4 to 6 to 15. At 15, my friends, we're already breaking out. We're already going along here. So as you can see, what we want to do is we want to position ourselves right now before these altcoins actually start to explode, because right now, as you can see, we're 71 points into altcoin season territory, but we're not quite in altcoin season territory just yet. Obviously, being here and all, we can see that right now when we get to this level, we have a little bit of a paused moment, and I think that the stalling in this season and then this cycle is all about positioning the institutions, positioning themselves into specific coins like Ondo, like Solana, like Ethereum, that are very different to Bitcoin, and offer them a more diverse portfolio within a new, brand spanking new blockchain ecosystem, collaborated in conjunction with AI. Of course, both of those narratives are massive this season in the cycle. So altcoin season, look at how far we've come from being down here all the way in, when were we there? 28th of June. Okay. Boom. Solstice day. Rally up. Now, Bitcoin did earlier surpass the Amazon, the Amazon market cap. You can see here it's like 40 billion away from it right now. So earlier on it was a little bit above it, but of course we have pulled back ever so slightly in Bitcoin today, but not today, just over the last 2-3 hours. And you can see silver has now kind of come zoom straight past here and come into 6th position. I see Bitcoin overtaking even Alphabet over the next 2 to 3 months. Okay, what do you think about that? Down in the description and comments of this video below. As you can see, Bitcoin pumped up 120 to 80, right? I believe we're probably going to see a little bit of a pullback here, because we've now broken out of this level and we've broken out of this level, right? So I believe we're probably going to have a pullback down to this level, maybe down there, maybe even all the way down here, and then a massive pump to the upside. I'd love to know what your thoughts are about those particular positions. But make sure to go ahead and use my Bybit link down in the description of this video and get yourself up to $30,000 deposit bonus. You can use that to trade. You can use it to invest in spot. I still have my 9 positions open. Nothing has changed, and the only one that's in a little bit of the red right now is BTC, and all of the others are in the green. Right now, when I look at the bots here, okay, I have added a number of bots here. Dogecoin neutral 6, a little bit down. Cardano is long 6x, and we're up 27% on a $50 investment, my friends. That's making me money while I'm doing this video for you, while I'm sleeping, while I'm eating, while I'm, going to the toilet, while I'm in business meetings, and that's beautiful, right? My AVAX bot is up 5%. My Aster bot is down 2%. Say is up 28%. The Cardano, the next Cardano bot, $10 bot is up 16%. That Doge bot, only $11 is up 14%. Solana is now officially up 8% after being down nearly 15%. And Algorand is up 4.2%. I may enter into maybe a couple more bots, just all depending, but some of them are very different. And if you want to do this alongside me, use the description, the Bybit link down in the description of the video below. Let's pop onto all of the narratives of the cycle. Europe and the next nation state has just announced the Bitcoin strategic reserve with the Swedish nation. How beautiful is that, my friend? US Treasury exempts Bitcoin and crypto from 15% corporate minimum tax. Massively bullish. Shout out to Whale Guru. That's where I got my title from. You've waited 4 years for these next 3 months. All right. Literally, we are here. Look at what happens when these massive rallies unfold, my friends. We are here to expect mega bullishness. And potentially, the Fed shows a 99% probability of rates being cut to 375 to 400 basis points at the end of October 2025 meeting. Now, I'm going to point out to you in a moment what jump that is and what that actually means. Before I do that, $3.6 trillion JP Morgan says that Bitcoin is currently undervalued compared to gold and suggests that BTC could reach $165,000. Mr. Samson Mao says, I told you the God candle was coming. I'm telling you again that the Omega candle is coming along with a $1 million Bitcoin. Are you ready for this journey, my friends? Are you ready? Because Bitcoin is truly simple math, right? Bitcoin goes up, gold goes sideways, even though the price is going up against dollars or fiat, and fiat goes down. Now, the Fed rate cut apparently could be anywhere between 0.5 and 1% in October. If that is the case, my friends, well, all I'm going to say to you is that why are we going so aggressive now all of a sudden just after one rate cut? We'll be so aggressive that we have to do a 0.5 to 1%. Well, that's because they made a mistake and they, let's just say the data was a little bit meddled with and the narrative was being pushed. So I presume, and presumption just doesn't work, but the data leads to how the Federal Reserve have made a mistake and they now need to play catch up. But what kind of effect would that have onto the market? Well, my friends, we'll have a look in the M2 chart in a short moment. And of course, the White House says now officially that gold reserves may be used to purchase Bitcoin. Friends, money, capital, liquidity, M2 flow, gonna be flowing like a flow. Now, the only way that you can actually take cognizance of this right now, I'm gonna just leave this chart here, but this is a market cap for BTC. Now, yeah, this is gonna be a massive pump from where we are up there, right? But bearing in mind we're on the monthly, first of all here, and second of all, that is a very long time away. We're looking at 1st of June 2030, right? Where we're pretty much all the way at the top here, which somewhat looks like Bitcoin could be a $4 trillion market cap, meaning it's only going to double over the next freaking 5 years. I highly doubt that, my friends. I think we'll be much higher at that point. But right now, let's have a closer inspection to our chart, right? Now, as we can see here, the chart here is, of course, going up so far. We technically should have a little bit of liquidity pull out, but I think that could be this little area right here. But for the next kind of 5 to 6 months, we'll be pumping liquidity back into Bitcoin. And if we did that, it looks like we start to top out around here. First warning signs around the 1st of February, actually in 2027. And the second signs around the 1st of April 2027, before we have a large liquidity draw out in the market and a bit of a sideways capitulation, until we eventually start bottoming out on the 1st of October 2028. Now, of course, this being a 3-month lagging indicator, I would like to say that we have an enormous rally ahead, and this is telling us we actually have more than a year ahead of us potentially of upside on Bitcoin and the M2 because of where we stand. So maybe this market is somewhat slightly unique in it's a longer, more nation state and institutional narrative, and that's playing, of course, your bags and my bags to the upside. So we front ran those institutions and those nation states. So be proud of yourself, and if you are proud of yourself, obliterate the like button on the video. That would be truly appreciated. And of course, at the end of the day, we can see here that the Bitcoin stock to flow model September closed at 114,000, ready for October, Moonvember, and Bullcember. Now, who on earth is ready for the next pump? If you are, make some noise down in the comments of this video down below. Make sure you're subscribed to the Crypto Bliss community. And of course, you and I are going to catch each other out on the next video. So thanks for being here with me. Truly appreciate you. We'll see you later.